Hi everybody and welcome to Creative Activity Directors, where we like to inspire and educate activity directors in programming. So today we're going to talk about blackjack, which is also known as 21. And so I usually have about 40 residents that attend the program. I have 10 that sit at my table, so sometimes it's better to have 2 decks of cards. If you have 1 deck of cards, you can still do it, but you're going to be doing a lot of shuffling. So the way you can play the game is first you deal yourself, right? So 1 card down and 1 card up, because you don't want the residents to know what your cards are, because the object of the game is for them to beat you or to reach 21. So then the next card, now when you deal to the next resident, you can do it the same way, but if their cognitive abilities are not able to count the cards, then you can deal the cards up, right side up, and then but I still encourage them to try to count the cards, right? But if they're unable, you can go ahead and count it for them. And sometimes the group gets so involved in the game that they'll count it. They'll go, oh, you got 9, you need another card. So so you deal all your people out first, right? So you deal all your cards out, and then you go clockwise. That way you can, to each resident, so it's to each individual. So I'm on this resident, and so this resident has 9, right? So then they're gonna say, hit me. And a lot of times I'll tell them, say, hit me, right? So that means they need another card. So they got another card, which is a jack. Now all face cards are 10. So when they have so that means they have 19. Obviously they want to stay, so they'll go like this for a stay. That means to stay. So because if they get another card, they bust. Now what a bust means is you go over the number of 21 and you can't win any chips after you bust. There's just no way for you to win any chips, right? Okay, so then this person has an ace. Now an ace can be an 11 or a 1, and they can choose which one they want to use it for. But once they choose, they're supposed to stay with that 11 or a 1. Now, depending on how strict you are on the rules, sometimes, they could get to a bust number because they keep asking for the cards. And then I'm like, okay, you can use it as a 1. It just depends on your group. But this can be used as an 11 or a 1. All right, so then you want to see what the other card is. And again, it doesn't matter if everybody sees their cards, because they're playing only against you. They're not playing against each other. They're just playing against you. So this person got a blackjack. So as soon as they get a blackjack, you make a big deal out of it. Ooh, blackjack, blackjack. Sometimes they go, winner, winner, chicken dinner. And the residents love that. So when they get a blackjack, then they win a chip. Or 2 chips, I'm sorry. They win 2 chips. So 2 chips in a blackjack gets them closer to getting 5 chips. When they get 5 chips, then they win a prize. What I do for my prizes is sodas and candy bars is what I do for my prizes. So they got 2 chips, which is closer to getting to a prize. So now my card is 15. So my rule is if I'm under 16, I always have to take a card no matter what, okay? But if I'm over 16, then I can stay, and then everybody has to show their cards, or everybody that is above that number gets 1 chip, okay? Because they beat me. So I have 15. So I've got 20, because remember your face card is 10. So this is 20 and then 25. So I obviously busted, right? So the person that had 19 is going to get a chip because I busted. So everybody wins when you bust. Now if I got 20, this person would not receive a chip, right? Also when they get a blackjack, I give them their chips right away. I don't wait until we go all the way around. I'm like, oh, you want a blackjack, winner, winner, chicken dinner. You get 2 chips, right? The other thing that I do too is if they get 4 cards without busting. They have to get the 4 cards without busting. So let's say they get a 5, a 4, and another 5, and an ace. And it does happen, believe it or not. So this would be 10, 14, and remember you can use the ace as a 1. So that's 15. So even though it's a low number, they still have 4 cards. So when they get 4 cards, I just automatically give them a chip. Then when they play against me, or they might even, 15 is still a low number. They may ask for another card and then they're going to bust. You don't take the chip away, but they will not earn another chip from you because they busted, right? Because once they bust, they're out of the game. But if they have 15, and like I did earlier, remember I busted and they stayed at 15, then they get another chip. So if they beat me and they get 4 cards without busting, then they earn 2 chips in 1 round, okay? So the way that you can get 2 chips is if you get a blackjack, which there's several different ways to do a blackjack, but if you get a blackjack, make a big deal out of it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner is when they got the blackjack, right? And then if they get 4 cards, oh, look at you, you get an extra chip. And then if they beat you, then you give them another chip, right? So then they get 2 chips. Believe it or not, this game sometimes can take a long time for them to get to 5 chips because you're the dealer, you beat everybody at the table. So a lot of times what I do is if I get a blackjack, if I notice, I look at my cards, as I'm dealing everybody and I see that I have a blackjack, I'll re-deal myself because that means you're automatically going to beat everybody and there's no reason to go around the table and play the game, right? So I'll just re-deal myself if I get a blackjack. That way the residents still have a chance to beat the dealer, right? But it's up to you however you want to play. If you want to be like, oh, the dealer got a blackjack, winner, winner, chicken dinner, and then, then you just have to deal another set of cards. So it's however you want to do it. So anyway, so that's how you play blackjack. It's a very successful game at my facility. Again, like we have at least 40 people that come. I have 3 volunteers plus myself that come and deal the cards for me. So the residents really look forward to it. Well, I hope this helps you in your programming. And don't forget to subscribe if you like this game because I'll be showing you more games to play. And don't forget to like and comment. What kind of games do you like to play at your facility? Thank you.